Today I'll teach you the elements of making a bomb-ass thumbnail for YouTube. This is based on the analysis of 10 successful YouTubers who routinely make bomb-ass thumbnails. This will be part 1 of 2. You can learn a lot from winners. Let's get started. Hey Venti Fried family, it's your boy JW Detective, your Venti Fried Chicken author and global cloud slinger. The book is less than 2 weeks away. So if you're interested in getting into tech, how I went from homeless to tech boss, or practical diversity and inclusion and equity, sign up for the mailer in the comments and be the first to know when the book drops. Let's get into part 1 of this analysis, shall we?
Let's get right into it. This is the feature attraction of how do we make bomb thumbnails, and the best way really is to analyze winners. So these are all YouTubers that I respect and I watch a lot of their videos, and I'm going to be going through 10 of them all together. They're all great, but they're all different as well. So it shows how you can look through 10 thumbnails and then come up with your own formula. But there are some kind of principles that tie all of these thumbnails together and really show, why their thumbnails work. And if you guys don't know, thumbnails really, if you're on YouTube a lot, it's kind of like the preview of the video. It's like a still movie trailer, if you will. So if your thumbnails suck, just like any, you're watching, regular TV and some type of theatric trailer comes on and you're like, oh, that movie looks terrible, and you never watched the movie. The thumbnail is the same thing. So with that, let's get started. So I wanted to kick it off with Kalle Hallden, and hopefully I said that correctly. He's a gentleman that I follow frequently here on YouTube, and he's a big deal in the dev community, has a pretty big following. Does a lot of stuff around Python and automation, and just an overall great guy, at least from what I know from watching like numerous of his videos. But this thumbnail itself really caught my attention based on just a few different things that I want to break down. So one, he knows that his audience is a very niche but big audience, specifically with the Python coding community. So he has the Python symbol there, boom, right there. You're already like, oh yeah, this guy, he's a Python guy. You're already a little bit excited. Then you pair that with, the nice but not super legible code in the background, which is on purpose because it's supposed to be like semantic, but not really grab your attention. And so you're not like reading, the kind of the spaghetti code in the background. And then combined with him, his face on the thumbnail, it's really inviting, it's really personable. It does help that he's basically a male model, that's masquerading as a technical expert. No, he's actually super duper sharp and an overall beast. But people looking at this thumbnail, they feel confident, and they're like, oh, this guy looks nice and inviting. I should definitely check out this video. What's interesting about this thumbnail is that he's not using text at all. Far as like header text or anything. It might be because he has a huge following already, so he doesn't really have to do much on, in my opinion, on thumbnails of like grabbing new viewers, as I think people know his body of work, but I could be wrong. Plus his title is spot on and very succinct, that you can look at and understand how to digest what you're about to watch. With that, I'll go into one of my other favorite YouTubers, because they're not in any particular order, but these are all people that I like and respect a lot. So with Gyasi, he has a great following as well, very personable, very calm, and explains concepts and gives his perspective very well. I like this thumbnail particularly because he is giving you like a semantic view into his life, whereas you can tell he's at his real desk at his real office, or at least it feels that way. And there's not that many elements in this thumbnail as well, what makes it cool. And you see with the green background, I like how it's transparent a little bit because it still gives you the full picture, but it's still also super readable as far as like you being able to see this text. And he emphasized the word engineer because he knows people are super interested in what the life of an engineer looks like, with an emphasis on engineer. So next we have Kelly Stamps, who is an amazing YouTuber who isn't in the technical realm, which because I wanted to kind of mix it up because I'm not just watching only technical videos all day, every day. But she has a great channel, very funny and very like naturally funny, not like, you know, you making up jokes and hoping that they land. So this thumbnail, you know, kind of stuck out to me because of the use of white space and just how she positioned herself within to be like the centerpiece of this thumbnail as well. So, you know, I got rid of everything, including my feelings, which is also a funny statement and really a hook in itself. It's both funny and engaging where you're like, wait, what? And then so I end up clicking the video based off of that alone. And, you know, she has a huge following, does a great job with thumbnails where there's not that many words in each thumbnail, but it's like short, strong, captivating, right on brand with what the video actually is. I encourage you to watch this video. Definitely hilarious and also helpful. So with that, we'll go to the next one from none other than Think Media, who are, you know, super bosses on YouTube. Watched a lot of content from them to try and grow my channel as I'm, you know, kind of in infancy phase at this time. Who knows when you're watching this? This could be 2 years from now, and I'm hopefully doing a lot better. But this thumbnail is, you know, masterfully done. I like the nice but subtle gradient in the background. I love the bold film edit upload with the checkbox like, oh, and then so if you're looking at this thumbnail, you're like, I want to do those things. I want to film, edit, and upload to YouTube because they know their audience is, you know, trying to grow their audience, trying to get better. And that's why I watched this video. Other thing is great how they use faces because faces and, you know, convert a lot higher. And because YouTube is one of the few personable and personal places still on the internet. So, you know, having those two also slightly contrasting faces is great as well. You know, you have the excitement of the smile, but then you kind of have like this curious look. You get to see these two individuals and they make you interested, especially with the other semantic element. I like that contrast and color from everything else is the YouTube symbol on her phone. So, you know, she's letting you know I film and edit and upload and probably from the phone. Yes. So it's in the headline. I should actually read the headline on this one again. But it makes you feel like this is exactly what I was looking for. I'm always on the fly. I have content, but I don't have time to sit at, you know, a PC or Mac. I need to edit from my phone. These seem like the people that are going to help me get there. Moving on, one of my favorite YouTubers of all time, Samuel Suresh. Love this thumbnail for a bunch of reasons. I like the contrasting colors of the plants, which I think are real plants. And then basically showing his process of how he takes notes. He knows this is a process and a thing he's known for because he makes beautiful, captivating notes that actually help him, you know, basically turn into a super genius, and he basically is giving you the formula to be able to do that. But the thumbnail lends to that because you feel like it's handwritten, like he made this thumbnail by hand, which feels good, and that feels like masterful. Like it makes you feel it's like a very creative thumbnail. And then also really centering on his hand. This doesn't have his face in it, which makes it, you know, very unique as well. But it really centers on what you would be there for, which is how do I take notes on my iPad. So very great thumbnail. I like the lighting on this too as well, as it's like a little bit darker, but the colors that really pop are centered in the piece. And love Samuel Suresh, very great spirit. Look forward to watching even more content from him.
Subscribe right now if you want more helpful videos like this. Part 2 is coming next week. Tag me on Twitter at JWTechDev to use any of these techniques in your next thumbnail. Train, inspire, relate. We cooking now.